So NEET PG 2025 is just 5 months away, the date being 15 June, as I'm sure all of you are familiar with it by now. So if you're looking for a plan, that is the final lab plan to wrap things up and give your best shot at this exam, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Debarati. I secured an All India rank of 4494 in NEET PG 2024. And I'm extremely sorry. This video was promised like a month back, but I got held up in the counseling process and getting admitted and then joining the college. And to be fair, I had also a lot of personal issues going on. So now that I'm finally done with all of that, I can get back to my channel. So being already a month late in giving you the plan, without wasting any further time, let's get right into the video. This video is basically going to be on how I would have approached the exam, both as if I would have started right now or if I was just finishing my first read. So this video is going to be helpful for every one of you who are at different stages of their preparation. The first section is going to be for people who are starting right now. Right now, we have 5 months left for the examination. You can see how to start NEET PG preparation from scratch video that I have on my channel. I'll be putting a link in the description too, so that you can find it faster. In that, I have explained the entire process of how to get started and how to, target GTs and how to build everything from the base up, and how also to approach the sequence of all the 19 subjects. So yeah, do give that a watch. It's going to be really helpful for you people. And that being said, I really want to tell you that you have to complete the first read by March end, by hook or by crook. I know it's just 3 months away, more accurately it's just 2.5 months, but yeah, that's what you have to do. If that's not enough time for you to be doing the main notes, then go for the RR notes. Those are pretty complete, and especially if you're doing that from Marrow, so I can vouch for that. Do the revision notes, but yeah, the first read has to be done by March end. No excuses at all. So if you're completing the first read by March, then you still have 2.5 months for revision. In the first 2 months, you're going to complete the first 2 revisions. You can divide it however you feel comfortable with, but the last 15 days has to be for the last revision, because if you're not revising the entire 19 subjects in that time, then it won't make any sense and you won't be able to recollect most of it. Also, I should tell you at this point that the Inicet May 2025 is going to be on 18th May. So you can take that as to judge yourself, where you stand in your preparation. I also did that last year, and it's a very effective method. Take the exam, don't skip it, and give it your best shot and see where you stand. And it's completely okay to rank whatever you are. At least you're getting to know your level among all the competition. If you're confused about how to start with all the 19 subjects, then you should take a GT right now, today, and start with the worst subjects. That's always the method that I advocate, because I have myself followed that same method, and it's a pretty good way to eliminate all the confusion, of starting with the first year subjects or the final year, what to do in the sequence. And that's the best method that I can come up with. So yeah, do give it a try. But make sure you make a schedule, because if you're not making a schedule even for the first read, then you're going to be confused. You're going to take up extra days in finishing one subject, and then you'll realize that you don't have enough time for the remaining subjects. So make sure you make a schedule and that you stick to it. It's very important to say that at this point, there's no use of doing the entire Q bank. Do custom modules daily of whatever topic you are studying. Make custom modules of say 50 questions and make sure you solve them every day, and also review that in the same day. Take the custom module in exam mode and then review the wrong questions first and then go to the correct question. This will save you a lot of time, and will also make sure that you're actually giving more focus to the areas where you're lacking. Regarding the frequency of giving GTs, you should take at least 2 GTs per month. I'm sure Marrow takes like 2 GTs a month. So you can just follow the Marrow schedule and take the GTs when they are live, not later, because it helps you, to get into the habit and to like stay in the schedule and not get out of track. Because once you start taking the GTs late, you don't like actually have a time frame of giving the GTs. Either you're taking too many GTs or giving too less GTs. So yeah, make sure to take the GTs of whatever platform you're studying from when they're live and not later. Now, for those of you who have already completed their first read by December or are completing the read by this month, that is January, you guys already have an advantage over a lot of people. So make sure you don't waste your time and you don't lose your advantage. You people can target 3 revisions at least, and that's excluding the last revision, that's the last 14 days. So basically 3 revisions plus 1 last 14-day revision. That's what I want you to target. You can divide the months like according to whatever like suits you. Like you can take a 45-day slot, but make sure if you're doing the first revision in 45 days, you are actually like funneling the things that you have to revise in your second revision, and the second revision should take like 30 days if you are targeting the first revision in 45 days. Like what I mean is you have to reduce the time taken for each subsequent revision. Like that's the basic rule, and that's what you have to follow. You cannot like take up more days for the second revision. That just doesn't make any sense. So when you're doing the first revision itself, make sure you're funneling things and you're getting the things ready that you would read in the next revision. And revision is not rereading. Please mind that. Even if the first revision is reread, the second revision doesn't necessarily have to be rereading. And another thing regarding the source for your revision, make sure you keep the source same. Don't pick up any new material from a different platform, or like if you have done the main road, suddenly you're switching to the RR notes. Like that just wastes time, and trust me, I have tried that. Like I was so overwhelmed during the first revision, like I wouldn't be able to complete the revision if I was doing it from the same source. So I started doing RR notes, and that just confused me more. But luckily last year we had a lot of time to even fix our mistakes. But that might not happen this year. What if the exam is on 15th June and it doesn't get postponed? And I really hope it doesn't get postponed, because last year it was a mess. Obviously there's also the added advantage of like keeping the source same. Like the images get imprinted in your brain better. Like if you're studying the same page, same thing over and over again, the pictorial memory that forms, that's just of next level. And that's the image that you're going to remember in the exam hall when you're sitting in front of the computer. Like trust me, those pages are just going to flash in front of you, and it makes things so much easier. So yeah, my advice would be to sticking to the same source that you did your first read from, and don't change source. Now during the revision phase, this is the best time to incorporate BTR. Like as I've mentioned in my previous videos, and also there's a dedicated video on BTR itself on my channel. So yeah, this is the best time to be like starting BTR if you haven't already been doing it. Like you can revise your notes and also BTR. Like you have to divide your day between your notes, BTR, and also the custom modules. Like at this phase, I want you to do a minimum of 100 MCQs daily and no less than that. That habit has to form, because you have to do the 100 MCQs in 100 minutes. Like don't take up the entire day to solve the 100 MCQs and reviewing them. And like I have received a lot of messages saying like you guys are facing difficulty dividing your time between notes and BTR and also custom modules. If you're not finding enough time, you have to increase your time. Your study times can go up to 14 hours, 15 hours daily, and trust me, it happens to everyone. अगर तुम्हारे पास टाइम नहीं है, if you're running out of time, you have to increase your time. I wish I could tell you there was another way, but trust me, there isn't. You have to increase your time at this point. Like with only just 5 months left for the exam, if not now, then when? So make sure you watch my video on BTR, like how to approach BTR, the ways to do BTR. I have explained all of that, and I'll also be putting the link in the description below, so it's easier for you to find. And I won't increase the time of this video by saying the same things over and over again. So make sure you watch that if you're having any confusion about how to incorporate BTR. But if you still want a model time frame to plan your revisions, I can give you a frame that I made myself for you. So let's consider you're finishing the first read by January 15th. So from January 15th to March 14th, you have 2 months, that is 60 days. And I want you to complete the first revision in that time. Then the second revision can start from March 15th and it can continue till April 30th. So that gives you 45 days for the second revision. Then the Inicet May being on May 18th, you have like 17 days to finish your third revision and then take the Inicet exam seriously, so that you can know your standing against your competitors, and that's very important. So make sure you take the Inicet. Even if it's not your target and you're purely targeting NEET PG, don't skip Inicet. So let's suppose you have taken the Inicet on May 18th, and now from May 19th till June 4th or 5th, you can complete your fourth revision. And then in the remaining days, that's the last 10 days or the last revision. Make sure it counts. Make sure you are doing all the 19 subjects and not skipping anything. And this is the phase where BTR becomes so much more important, because it's really difficult flipping through all the pages of your notes. So if you're having concise notes that you made yourself or BTR, this is the time. Just do BTR, whatever you have annotated in it and whatever you have prepared in all these months, just stick to that. And in this phase, it would be really great if you could take at least 3 GTs a month, that is 1 GT in 10 days. If you're running out of the GTs, live GTs on your own platform, you can take the previous GTs. In Marrow, there's an option to take the previous year GTs. So you can take the timed GTs that we had last year and start doing that along with the live GTs. So that would give you 3 GTs a month. But please make sure that you are not taking lesser GTs than expected, because ultimately it's an MCQ exam and that should be your primary focus. So yeah, that brings us to the end of the video, and that's honestly I would have approached if I was in your place with just 5 months left for the exam. Remember, every day counts. Whatever you are doing, every minute, every hour, it counts, and all of it adds up to the final result. So don't waste any day. This is a new year, so make it happy. Make the new year actually happy, and that's in your hands. What's in your hands is the ability to try. We don't know what will exactly happen on the exam day, but what's in our hands is to give it our best shot. To prepare, this is the last exam we are going to ever take. I know that's probably a lie. That's a lie. We have to take exams our whole lives being doctors. But have a mindset you're going to give it everything. You're going to give it everything that you have. And इस साल सीट लेके ही छोड़ेंगे, रैंक लाके ही छोड़ेंगे. That should be your focus. That should be your mindset. That yes, you have to make it happen. अभी वो सारा सेल्फ डाउट लाने का कि इफ आई एम अप टू द टास्क, इफ आई कैन एक्चुअली गेट अ सीट, अभी वो सब करने का टाइम भी नहीं है. Whatever you have to think, whatever depression you have to go through it from 15 Jan after you come out of the exam hall, plain and simple. अभी कुछ भी सोचने का टाइम नहीं है. Just prepare, Just know what's right in front of you, and that's your ability to give it your best shot. So like, you know, make it count. बॉयफ्रेंड छोड़ के जा रहा है, गर्लफ्रेंड छोड़ के जा रही है, फ्रेंड से कांटेक्ट नहीं हो पा रहा है, like put all of that aside. Like however difficult it is, you have to put everything aside. Everyone goes through a tough time during their preparation. Like I went through a breakup last January in the middle of, like, you know, preparing. If you need help, seek help, and there's no shame in that. Go to therapy. I have been to therapy, and honestly that saved my exam, and that's how important mental health is during your preparation. Don't neglect your mental health. And if your partner can't wait for like 5 months for you, ये तुम्हारे साथ पूरा जिंदगी क्या रहेगा और रहेगी भाई, जाने दो ना उसे. लाइक अभी तुम्हारे सामने जो है वो है तुम्हारा एग्जाम, सो फोकस ऑन दैट एंड ओनली दैट. जो जा रहा है जा रही है उसे जाने दो, नया आएगा, आ जाएगी, इट ऑलवेज कम्स. Like you'll have the time of your life from the day the results are announced. Remember, you just want smiles on exam day. तो अभी जो है, अभी के लिए सब जाने दो. Just focus on this one thing. Everything else can wait. I know you guys have been preparing since a long time, so right now you're probably, you know, having difficulty with keeping up the motivation every day, and I know everyone has down days. But yeah, I'll be making a video on how to keep your motivation up, especially in these last 5 months when it matters the most. I'll be targeting, like, you know, both personal life and professional life and everything, and I'll be making a video on that next, because I feel all of you guys should actually listen to all of that, and it would be really helpful to you. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like a video on that. Then I can like post it in next week only, like in a week I can do that. So yeah, so make sure like you like this video if you found it helpful, and do consider subscribing to my channel. And yeah, that's it for this video. I'll be seeing you in my next. Chop chop chop, get back to studies. There's not much time left, and that's the truth. So yeah, bye for now.